Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Brooke. It's Tuesday, yay! Oh, I'm so excited about the class tonight. I tell you, I have met some pretty amazing people that are taking David's Hypergate class. And tell you what, taking your intuition and the people that you surround yourself with to the next level has been absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, last night my mind was blown just a little bit. It never gets old, ever. So I wanted to do an energy check-in today. Let's see what's going on with Divine Feminines, Divine Masculine energies. Yeah, let's see what's going on. Ascending the mountain. I feel that. Whew. Keep going forward. Finding sanctuary. Unknown territory. I mean, this is kind of how it feels. True that. Infinite abundance is on the bottom. The reading that I did yesterday had a lot of mountains in it. So we really are feeling like we are climbing to the top of that mountain. Okay, we're really feeling like we're climbing to the top of this mountain. While we're in the process of this ascension, of this journey, it's really good to keep focus on what's happening in the present moment. Because if you look too far into the future, it's going to feel overwhelming. And if you look too much in the past, it's going to feel like you're not getting anywhere. So we're really being guided to focus on what's happening right in front of us in this exact moment, in this time. And then what's happening right now in the present moment, I get finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. 222 on my clock. I mean, as we get to the top of that mountain, it's when things kind of start making sense, right? That's when you're able to see more of the picture. That's when you're able to see your next step. That's when you're able to see where you're going and what you've done, right? And then moving into the future, I get unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. Now, what's standing out the most is the birds. We've got an owl. And for some odd reason, I want to say this is a robin. I really have no idea what this bird is. Okay? But this traveler is walking through the snow, tracking through the snow, following the path to enlightenment. And right now we really are in unknown territory. We are in places that none of us have been before. We are changing ages. We're changing the way we do relationships. We're changing the way we work. We're changing everything, right? And that change can feel scary. That change can feel frightful. But what if it's the greatest thing that you've ever done? What if it's the biggest blessing? What if sacred journey? What if you're right where you're meant to be? As it says, you're exactly where you're meant to be. And this is a 22 card. Life cycles, family transformation. There's definitely a lot of transformation that's happening with relationships. There's a lot of transformation that's happening sorry. You just gotta love it when the cards come out like this, it just makes me giggle. Especially the numbers. So then in the present moment, I get jewel within a teardrop, appreciation, spiritual and emotional reconnection. Now, we have Mercury retrograde that has now officially started its shadow period. My best friend and I, we typically keep up with the retrogrades, and shadow usually hits her first. The retrograde period is usually when I will see the effects of it. So that full 3 weeks of when Mercury's actually in retrograde, I'll see it. And then as we start to go into the shadow of it coming out, things will start lightening up. But the first 2 weeks that Mercury's in shadow, she gets hit pretty hard. And it's usually a guide, you know, her and I talk about it. It's usually a guide to help us see kind of what's coming, help us navigate it, all of that. So, as we are in Mercury retrograde, just remember, Mercury is known for the return of the exes, right? And this may be something that needs to be reevaluated. There could be somebody that's coming back around from the past that you might need to clear karma with. There could be somebody coming back around from the past that you thought wasn't meant to be in your life that's actually meant to be there, right? So Mercury retrograde's not always a bad thing. And the people that come back in, it's Spirit's way of giving you a second look to see, have you learned the lesson? Or maybe this is somebody that you might need to look at. Maybe this is a relationship that you might benefit from, but we were too up in our minds, too up in our heads, no pun intended, with Mercury, because Mercury controls our communication, our thoughts, all of that, right? This is also a 10 card, which is cycles completing, but then you have that protection from God with the 0, with the new beginnings, and then moving into the future point, I get Sacred Heart. Now, this is the back of the card, right? So, Sacred Heart is going to be very significant anytime the picture that's on the deck, that's on the cards, shows up. This is significant in the reading. Passion, love, spiritual communication. There's been a lot of communication that's been happening in the 3D. I had a pretty amazing dream last night. It's pretty steamy. Definitely had that heart busted wide open when I got up this morning. It was, in fact, so intense that it got me up at 7 a.m. to watch the sunrise. I was like, okay, thank you. I split the deck. There's the hummingbirds. Oh my goodness. This is a 34 card, which is a 7. Be here now. Pay attention to the people that are coming back around. Is this a lesson or is this a blessing? I get 22, 1, 1, 2. So, 21, 12, mirrors. What mirror are you trying to bring into your existence? What mirror are you looking into? Are you looking into the mirror of your future, or are you looking into the mirror of your past? I think Mercury retrograde is, you know, it's a hard one because Mercury rules so much in my chart. So it kind of is my chart ruler, right? I have it in the 12th house. I have it in the 3rd house. I have it in the 7th house. I have it in the 11th house. So, you know, there's a lot that Mercury retrograde will affect within my chart. So, I do pay attention to what's going on during Mercury retrogrades. Mercury retrograde is kind of how I figured out. And this was before I started following people. This was before I really dove into the healing journey, the journey to self-love. I was noticing that the same people, the same cycles kept showing up, and it was always during Mercury retrograde. Once I started closing the door to those people that were showing up to teach me a lesson, they were showing up to teach me something, right? And I kept mistaking that lesson for something that it wasn't, right? So once I started shutting that door, going within, listening to my inner guidance, and really following the direction that I was meant to go in, those people stopped showing up. It's like they just disappeared. Well, Spirit, again? Okay, so I get Turkey Spirit, give with gratitude and grace. This is also another 7 card. For some odd reason, I felt like there was another one here. Okay, I don't see it, but it could show up in any moment. Turkey Spirit, give with gratitude and grace. What I love is the turkey's definitely looking to the future, and this is in the past. So, your past, you could have been given the wrong people your time. You could have been given the wrong people your attention. If you're not getting what it is that you want, what it is that you're manifesting, and those people continue to show up, that's not 1212 on my clock. That's not who you're meant to be with. That's not the path. 1222. That's not the path that you're meant to be going on. And then I get chameleon. This reminds me of Pisces. Because Pisces kind of are the chameleons, right? They have a little bit of all the zodiacs in them. And act as if you are love. Act as if you are worthy of love. And as you start raising that vibration, as you start ascending to that mountain on that sacred journey, and then I get the Well card again. Y'all, this keeps showing up. Trust the great mystery. That's the hardest part of this journey, is fully surrendering and trusting that you're being led to the greatest love of your life. Are you going to live in fear? Are you going to be afraid? Are you going to see a karmic act as if they are the one that you're meant to be in? Or are you going to go into unknown territory and welcome what's meant to be there? This is huge, okay? So, there could be people showing up. There could be people crossing your path. Use discernment to see, is this here to teach me something? Or is this here because God's bringing it in? 1404. Now, what's going on underneath the surface that cannot be seen? Infinite abundance. There's going to be a lot of celebration that's happening. Keep in mind, unions are taking place. This union window has been open since the Gemini new moon. Okay, we really walked through a portal with that moon. What's wild, and I want to share this real quick because, you know, yesterday I channeled the message of go back to the Cancer new moon, look at your intentions, look and see what was going on. And, you know, you all know all my stuff has been in storage. Haven't been able to find it. Haven't been able to find my moon journals where I keep up with what we're working on, what our intentions are. And I did my channeled message. That was one thing that came through during the message yesterday. And I immediately jump on the call. We start talking, and everything that I channeled starts showing up in the call, right? Kind of blew my mind just a little bit. And then I opened my book, and the Cancer new moon was the last moon that I had wrote anything down. So that's telling me that we have walked through a portal. It feels like I've lost 2 months, literally, because we've been ascending that mountain. I needed to go through, do the healing to clear and make room for the 1551, for the abundance that's coming in. Abundance is pouring into your life. And I love to keep inspirational quotes everywhere. And I have dry erase boards that I kept on my refrigerator. And anytime that I would find an amazing quote or one that I really felt like I needed to see it daily to kind of start rewiring my brain into owning that affirmation that I had on my whiteboard said, abundance is not something we acquire, it's something that we tune into. And I had someone ask me sometime, this quote doesn't make sense. What exactly do you mean by abundance is something that we tune into? Abundance isn't always material things. Abundance is how you feel. Abundance is what you find joy in. Abundance is the Sacred Heart. Abundance is love. Abundance is giving with gratitude and grace. So I really want to leave you guys with that quote. I want you all to think about it, see, reflect over it. Okay, this is a 13 card, which breaks down to a 4. Really reflect over that. Reflect over what abundance is to you. The more you focus on the things that make you happy as you're ascending this mountain, as you're on this sacred journey, the more you're going to bring that into your existence. If you're always focusing on the hurt, you're going to get more hurt. If you're always focusing on the healing, you're going to get more healing. There comes a time on that journey, ascending to the top of the mountain, that you have to change the way you're looking at it. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And then underneath, I get Swan Spirit. It's time for a deep dive. And this is a 6 card. Swan's definitely going. All the animals are going forward. They're all looking to the future. The only one that's not looking to the future is the chameleon. Act as if. Act as if you are love, and you will be love. Act as if you're abundant, and you will be abundant. Act as if you have sanctuary, you have peace, and you will be peace. I love on the sacred journey, there's 4 hearts, and they're mirroring each other. This definitely reminds me of the duality of the masculine and the feminine within. Being able to mirror love. Being able to mirror gratitude and grace. All right, guys. Happy Tuesday. I hope these messages find you well. and I'll see you soon. Bye.